Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon all, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this fortnight's installment of the Ish+6 podcast, the podcast series where you could discover your next favorite artist. On today's episode, I'm joined by the one and only Pablomari. Pablomari is a Reading-based artist working with production and vocals, and is currently making waves with the underground scene right now. He's been making music for a while now, with tracks going back as far as the eye can see on Spotify and even further on SoundCloud. You'll need to make sure you go and check out Pablomari on all platforms. And please give him a warm welcome to the Ish+6 podcast. And how's it going, Pablo? What's up?
Jeez. What are you saying? I'm here, man. What's good, bro? How are you?
You know what? I'm living, man. I'm doing all right. I'm doing my thing. You know the vibes here in Essex. It's raining right now. That's not too vibey, but you know what it is.
Well, it's raining everywhere, man. I can't lie. I just got back to the country. I'm fucking with it, man. I'm not fucking with it at all.
Yeah, man. I swear, you were. Where were you? Because I think I saw that you were out of the country somewhere. It looked somewhere sunny.
Yeah. I was in Dominica, so that's where I'm from, like in the Caribbean. My parents are from there, so just went back for like 6 weeks. It's carnival time. Yeah, man, it was good. Good. Just needed it to refresh. I've been trying to get back there for a while now, so.
Yeah, man. I swear, whenever I see people talking about being from like Dominican Republic, it is Dominican Republic, right?
Nah. So, bro, everyone does this, you know, because everyone knows about Dominican Republic because that's where the baddies is and thing. But Dominica's different. So, like, we don't speak Spanish. We speak Creole. But obviously, everyone there speaks English. But Creole is like our actual language, innit? Like, it was taken over by the French and the English, and they had like a bit of a back and forth, and then it ended up in English control.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So that's Dominica. And then Dominican Republic is there. Like they even said different, like it's Dominica DUM. But yeah, man, I was out there for a while.
That's pretty sick though still, because honestly, whenever I think about like Dominican Republic or Dominica or just that general area, I just think of that one meme where it's like, I'm not black, I'm Dominican, like that kind of thing. I don't know if you know the one I'm talking about.
No, us niggas ain't like that over there. Trust me, we black in Dominica, innit? We black there, man.
You guys are claiming yourselves. Do you know what? I have to respect it, honestly. Man. Yeah, so you said that you're from the Dominican Republic originally. Do you know, honestly, I've got no idea where that is. Is it like north of somewhere?
No, I'm from Dominica, G.
I'm sorry.
I'm Dominica.
I'm sorry, man.
Twice,
you know what it is? Fire. You know what it is, right? I actually feel bad now because I feel like this might be one of the ones where, like, if you try to claim an Irish person is from like Northern Ireland or something, you know what I mean? Like, that's what.
You don't like that, bro. I get it all the time, but it's literally that. It's literally like that. Like, so Dominica was English and French, and we speak Creole as our natural language. But like people, well, it's not our natural language. It's like our language that we made mixed with patois and thing. But the people there speak English, innit?
Yeah.
But some people speak French. And then Dominican Republic is Spanish. Like, they're a whole different thing. They're bigger than us. They're up north and thing like. That's the one that everyone's heard of. But Dominica's like, it's one of the smaller ones, but it's like the most pretty island in the Caribbean. That's not even a bias. Like, no, facts though. It's called Nature Island. So like, you know what I'm saying? It does live up to the name. So yeah.
Do you know what's crazy? People always talk about Jamaica having the biggest ego when it comes to the Caribbean islands, but honestly, and all the smaller ones having real. Like.
Dominicans are very patriotic, so you know, I love my country.
I have to respect it, man. I have to respect it because honestly, yeah, it's different, definitely, because all the other smaller islands tend to be a bit quieter, tend to be a bit more like, you know, just keep to themselves, that kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of, but like on the global stage, yeah. But then if you like meet people from there, we're like the biggest fucking people in the room, like. You know?
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, but you'll definitely know.
Energy, lot of love, lot of life, like.
I will say. You will know a Jamaican when you see one. And this is coming from an African guy myself. Like, Jamaicans, I swear to you, they be having the wristbands, them shirts, with the big flag with the Jamaica written all over it. It's crazy, man, honestly.
Not always, man. Sometimes it's just like an energy, I guess. Yeah, I say like,
I get the Jamaican one quite a lot. It's I don't know. It's like England to Scotland. Like they're gonna do bare similar shit, but not everything's gonna be the same. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can tell a Jamaican when they walk into the room. But I feel like you can tell like an African when they walk into a room. Like a lot of my like Ghanaian brethren and things like that. Like you can just tell by the way they move. That ain't a bad thing though. You know what I'm saying? Like I fuck with it. Like you need to rep your nation swag. Like if your people move a certain way, move like that. That's where you're from, Killy.
Exactly, man, for real. And to be honest, yeah, like a lot of the African countries do eat rice and beans and, you know, some form of, I mean, the Nigerians and Ghanaians be calling it fufu or pounded yam or whatever. Down in Zimbabwe, I'm Zimbabwean myself. My parents are Zimbabwean.
Oh, swear. So what's your dish? Like, what's your national?
We have sadza, which is basically like ground cornmeal, and it's like thickened, and it's a similar consistency to what Nigerians call fufu, but it's like it's a little bit different. It's a little bit thicker, and we have it with different stuff as well. We don't have like a goosey and that kind of thing.
Yeah, you're gonna have to put me on, broski, Jazzy.
It's hard still. Honestly, it's hard, but like on a daily thing, it's like nah, I'm all right. So cool. Before we get into the main questions, you've seen every episode. You know that we always start off with a joke, and today's no different. Let's just get through that, then we'll get into the questions, into the nitty gritty. You know the vibes. Yeah, let's get into it. My son is auditioning for a part as a dictionary. It's going to be a play on words. I don't.
Yeah, yo, that was so dumb.
It took you a moment. It took you a moment there.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. It's a play on words. That's crazy.
I saw the gears turning in your head. I was like, do I need to repeat the punchline?
I was like, what's going on? No, okay, I'll give you that one. I got it.
All right, let's just get into the main thing. So, give us a little bit of the origin story. Talk to us a little bit about yourself. Just tell us about you, Pablo. I want to make sure I'm pronouncing your name right as well. It's Pablomari, isn't it?
Pablomari.
Pablomari.
Yeah. So in the faraway year of 2001, a star was born.
I feel that.
You gotta come in strong.
I feel that, man. Honestly.
No, but for real, like, I started making music in I actually started doing anything musical in like year 7. So I was in secondary school, music like class, like in the first week of school. They like be like, you can cut, like they have all the different tutors come in and like they would show what they do, like what instrument they play. And like I just fucked with the guitarist, so I ended up learning guitar and playing that all through secondary through to the end of college. But in 2016, I actually started rapping. So like I was in like year 10 and maybe like year 10, end of year 11. I mean, start of year 11, so something like that. And I just was like, I was bare into rap at the time, innit? Like I came up off like rock and neo soul and obviously like calypso, soca, beyond them, like that's all Dominican music and such. But that's just because I was playing guitar and whatever. But I was obviously always listening to rap, but then like I really got into rap about like 2015, 2016. And like I just was like, fuck it, let me like just start rapping, innit? You know, it's easier to make music rapping than it is playing guitar, I thought. So I was like, cool. And then yeah, the rest is history. Like I was originally Pablo, you know, because of Kanye's A Life of Pablo album. Like that was the album that was like for me, yo, okay, I need to start rapping. I was saying, because I think there was like
it was no more parties in LA. That's what it was.
Like that. He was like, no, there's a song or something where he's like, I feel like Pablo, or a bar or some shit. Yeah. I like when he said it, like it just resonated like to like my entire soul. And I was like, yeah, like, I feel like Pablo too.
Exactly, man. Yeah.
Yeah, Pablo was cool. And I was rocking with that for about a year, 2 years. And then I switched the names because basically there was too many Spanish niggas called Pablo whose music was coming up on my thing. So like it would always like every week there was like a new random Spanish song on my page and shit, and it was just like really weird. So I was like, okay, cool. I need to, they get something a bit more unique. So I didn't really know what to name myself. I was gonna go away from the Pablo thing entirety, but like my mentor at the time, his name's Breastman. Shout out my man. No, honestly, that's his name, innit? But not his Govs, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was gonna say Breastman on the birth certificate is crazy.
Bro, Breastman is not. If someone names their child Breastman, I'll give them 10 bags. That's what
Hey, listen, be careful, man, because honestly, in this day and age, you never know.
Hey, bro, listen. I'm acting like I have 10 bags to just give away for foolishness like that.
I was gonna say, I wasn't gonna say, but I was thinking like, hey, if he's cake like that.
So Breastman was like to me, like, why not mix in one of your names or something, like your actual name or something to do with you personally, like with the name. And I was like, my middle name's Mari, so I put it together and was just like Pablomari. Oh, that sounds hard. And he was like, yeah, that sounds crazy. I was like, all right, cool. And yeah, Google to see if the name was anyone. It wasn't, other than the footballer, but he was playing in some Spanish league at that time. So I was like, cool. No one's gonna know like about my man. Next thing I know, he signs to Arsenal for 9 mil. But yeah, that's the story of Pablomari. He had a bit of twists and turns, but boy, I'm fried.
Yeah, man. I honestly, I get it, man, honestly, because when I was trying to research and all of that, I typed in Pablomari. I was like, this is not the guy I'm trying to interview on Wednesday night. What's going on?
It's that Spanish one. It's crazy, man. It's the jungle out here, man. Treacherous.
Yeah, exactly, for real. Into the next question. I am aware that in the past you've made reference to people judging you to an extent from being outside of London, and you are from Reading, if I'm not mistaken.
So, like, the 6 is like my postcode, RG6. It kind of covers a broad area because it's like half of Junction, like Cemetery Junction, and like half of Early. Well, not even half of Early, like most of Early, to be fair. But like when I'm talking to the 6, like I'm mainly referring to like the Junction side. That's where I'm from. So RG6. Born and raised in Reading. I lived in Dominica for a bit, but I was born and raised. Yeah,
man. Would you say that growing up in Reading has shaped your worldview as opposed to, for instance, if you were growing up in London? Because I know that the two are relatively close, but obviously it's different landscapes.
Do you know what? Reading's like very much like London, but just smaller. Like it reminds me of West London. Like if you took West London and just like shrunk it down, like that's basically Reading. Like you even have like a similar like demographic in terms of like how visually it looks, like the kind of people, the slang we talk, like the way we dress, and like as a result of that, like it's allowed me to kind of like do my thing in London and just be like really comfortable when I'm in the city. But in the same breath though, because we're from Reading, like we're not raised like with the same intensity as London. Like London's intense, man. I'll be real. Anyone that like lives in London, like or has lived there their entire lives, like boy, I salute you, because it's like, you know what I'm saying, it's mad intense. So we're very like I feel like we can observe what's going on in London and observe different things that Londoners wouldn't pick up on just because we're not from outside. But I guess you could say the same for any other outsider, innit? But we're literally outsiders, but we just don't have an accent. But that's how I see it.
And obviously London has a wide range of potential spaces to have grown up in. So, it's I guess that's another part of the question that I had, because obviously, people from West are probably a lot different to people from South. Well, the memes tell me enough. So
it's so crazy. It's so obvious when someone's like, "Oh, you're definitely from South," and they're like, "Yeah, I'm from Brixton." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I knew it."
Exactly, man. Exactly. It's like
I
don't know what it is. It's like they walk into a room or something and it gets a bit colder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or someone comes in with bare swag, you're like, he's either from North or West.
Do you know what? You're gassing yourself there. I see what you're doing.
No, not even, but it's true. They say man from West have bare swag, but I can't lie, slightly. Even man from North have swag though. Like North, Northwest, and West, therefore the best dressed ends in London, fam. Like, and you can get good garms there as well.
Yeah, fairs, man, fairs. Yeah, to be fair, what I hear is that South are just always in like, I don't know, tracksuits or whatever. East are basically, I don't need. Well, they say a lot of crazy stuff about East being like peasants or something like that. I don't even know what.
East London is like Narnia. It's like an unreal place. Like, no offense to anyone's ends or anything, like, but like, just whenever like, especially like Hackney, Shoreditch area, bro, that place is just so unreal. Like, it just feels like I'm in a movie or something whenever I'm there. Like, it's weird.
Yeah, because XOYO is in Shoreditch, isn't it? And that is whenever I step off.
It's a word. It's not Camden.
No, it's Shoreditch. I'm pretty sure.
It's so right. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'm not gonna comment on that because I don't actually know. Sure.
You might be thinking about the Electric Ballroom or something like that. I don't know.
No, I'm thinking of Coco. I'm thinking of Coco. No, XOY. Yeah, then XOY must be a Shoreditch then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and whenever I do go to Shoreditch, it's I don't know. It's just busy, man. Honestly, it's just.
Reminds me of Reading in the sense like whenever you go there, you're gonna bump into someone you know.
That is very true, actually.
Like, you see how in London everyone knows everyone? Same shit here, man. Like, someone will know someone that knows someone.
Exactly, man. Yeah, that is very true, to be fair, now that you mentioned that. It's interesting that we were talking about the London scene as well, actually, because in the London underground scene, especially right now, there's definitely an abundance of rap artists, but also producers as well. Would you say that there were elements of sort of monopoly or competition in the producer world? Because obviously it might be a slightly different aura to the rapper world.
I would most definitely say that in the rap world there is definitely some sort of monopoly. But in terms of producers, I don't know. Because like I feel like producers always really get along with each other. And I don't know whether that's because it's like automatically you can click on the basis. Like it's not an ego thing with producers, you know, it's like, oh, I'm just trying to make this beat. Oh, this beat sounds hard. You know what I'm saying? And all producers in the room are like, yeah, that's crazy. They're just all appreciating it, going crazy. That's because it's not about ego for them. It's just work. It's just about creating the art. Whereas you know, like, oh, ego, like I gotta puff out my chest and be the best, and like, there's no problem with that. Like, shit, that's just how the game is built. Like, that's why we love rap music, you know? Like, I'm out here saying that I'm the best, you know? But at the same time, though, like, I feel like no would be the answer then. Because, Jazzy, they don't have no ego in it. It's not like a monopoly thing. Like, they can just link up and it's, you know, it's love. It's love. And then they can make business of that as well, which is so beautiful. And artists need to get like that. We need to get like that.
Yeah, because to be fair, when you do mention that, actually, I always hear about the rappers and the vocalists having the biggest egos and having the biggest, like, I don't know, the biggest issues when it comes to just deals and stuff like that. Like, even when it comes to producer tags on the tracks themselves.
Yeah, man. But it's not, I wouldn't say it's like issues because it's not like I don't have problems with no one. And I feel like people don't have problems with me or each other. Like, it's never really, like, and even when things do go off, like, it's never anything serious, you know? I just feel like artists just need to come, like, that's what I'm saying, because I'm from Reading and I'm viewing this completely different, because, like, I feel like Londoners kind of mix the, like, ends, like, mentality with the music mentality, which you kind of do anyway because of how we've grown up and whatever in our music, but not in our music, in our life, sorry. But I mean, when it comes to the music, like, it shouldn't be we're trying to monopolize and rare tail, like, I can't fuck with my man and such and such and such. Like, yeah, big out your chest and say, yeah, I'm the best, but like, we can all be cool. Like, fuck it, like, yeah, I'm gonna scream I'm the best and say that your bars are whack and tell you when your shit is shit, but at the same time, it's all love, man. Like, cause I respect your art and I appreciate what you're doing for the culture. Like, that's a big thing for me. Like, I love seeing people do shit. Like, sometimes I just be getting gassed off like these artists that don't even have like 100 monthlies and stuff, just because I just love the art so much. And I feel like if niggas say they love it as much as that, if niggas love it as much as they say they do, it would be adapting for them. But hey, that's just my two piece. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of these artists are definitely in it for the wrong reasons. And I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I'll be getting gassed off of some of these artists with just not even 100 listeners sometimes as well. It's crazy to hear some of the stuff that they're coming out with.
Jose, you're just there like, bro, you should be famous.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's this one guy, Ferrell. Oh my, shout out Ferrell. I actually got name drop, bro. He's too crazy. FERRUL, Ferrell. He's a producer as well, but he's an artist as well. Sinner, SINN6R, Sinner, bro, crazy. Another one, crazy. You know, like, I could go on for days, and I'm not gonna just ring off names. Rome, ROME, bro. Like these men are just so crazy, but people haven't taken them in yet. And not just them, everyone, you know, like everyone that's like on my radar and thing. But it's a love thing. I love it. I love seeing thrive, seeing people do well. Like, shit, I'm not really focused on anyone else other than me. So when it comes to my viewing, I'm just gonna enjoy it, man.
I want to talk a little bit about your track, Shirley Mitchell. You referenced the yeah. You referenced the infamous soap opera character Shirley Mitchell from EastEnders. You mentioned lacking an attraction to someone based on the fact that they look like her. I just want to talk a little bit about your thought process when vocalizing that line. And yeah, I mean, are you a big soap opera person yourself? Is that a thing that played into it, or talk to me about that?
I'm a forced soap opera person. So like my mum, like always, when I was younger, innit, she loved soaps, EastEnders, Coronation Street, Emmerdale, Holby City, Casual, you name it, right? She loved it. Yeah, like I don't know. The Shirley Mitchell thing came in my head. Like basically, I was at Hit Kid's house, you know, at the time, and we was recording, and I meant to say, like, you ain't got a bad bitch. Your thing looks like Shirley Mitchell or something along them lines, innit?
Yeah.
And it just came out wrong, but the way it just sounded hard, and we was all like, nah, like. It doesn't make sense, but that's why it makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was
like, you got a bad bitch, like, because like I kind of flipped the meaning post saying it, like to be like, you've got a bad bitch, but she looks like Shirley Mitchell. So I like, you got a bad bitch ? Like more time. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a bad bitch, like she looks like Shirley Mitchell. I can't talk to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly, man.
Oh, bad bitch. She looks like, you know.
I'm not gonna lie to you. No one could. Those are fighting words, because no one could come up to me and tell me that my girl looks like Shirley. Like I opened up Google Images earlier one today, and I swear to you, she looks even more. You know what? Respect.
Well, I was praying it the other day. It's actually deep. I thought to myself, if I actually meet like the actress that plays Shirley Mitchell, what do I do? Like, I had to take a picture. Honestly, I have to take a picture.
You got some explaining to do as well, because what if she's like, aren't you that guy that...
Play the song. I'll play her the song. I'm ballsy. I don't give a fuck.
Man, those are fighting words. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen, I can fight, man.
Shirley Mitchell, you know. But
I can fight, man. I've smacked a nigga on my guitar once in school.
Your guitar. How old were you at the time? Because how did you get away with that?
Year 8, I think. Year 8, year 9, something like that. But and I got away with it because, bro, you know my thing.
Fairs, man, fairs. That's what I love about high school. Honestly, if I said this on the OG Kemi interview, if I can go back, I would have been a much bigger dickhead than I was. I agreed with you too. And I saw that, I was like, bruv, I would have been a fucking demon. Like, I swear to you. Because honestly, high school's the only time where you can get away with that stuff. So it's like...
I wasn't even in primary though. I used to write swear words in like other people's books and shit, like in class.
Bro, they acted like you were a terrorist if you did that stuff.
No, every day, every single time I had class. And I got caught. Someone snitched on me for my table, but I never clocked two. Someone snitched. Okay, good.
Oh man, yeah, I swear, being a snitch in primary school is crazy, but yeah, nah. I want to talk about your track Fubu actually. So we're talking about another track. You make reference to a relatively niche brand in the grand scheme of things. If you're just getting into like, streetwear fashion, that kind of thing. Would you say that the references you make in your tracks are more of an if you know kind of thing that you consciously think about, or is it more just what pops into your head at the time? Kind of similar to the Shirley Mitchell thing.
It's kind of both. It's more like it just happens, but then it's like if I had to explain it, my thing is, well, if you know, you know, and if you don't know, get to know. I'm even rocking that now. Darani. It's kind of flipped, but feel me.
Yeah, man,
Always
I
got
want
the
to talk about
Darani.
that actually. Is that your own brand or is it like one of someone you're close to's brand or what is it?
No, so that's actually my brethren's brand. So yeah, that's my boy Darani. That's literally his name. So yeah, Darani, my nigga. Yeah, I just fuck with the brand. We met through my OG Rex, and yeah, we linked up. I did a shoot for him. I modeled for him for one of his I think it was a spring summer collection or just a tea drop, something like that. And then just grew from there. Like he just started helping me with stuff, like started fucking with me. I started modeling for him. And then like eventually it's gotten to a point where I'm more like a creative director, like brand organizer. I don't really no, we haven't really put a title on it, but I'm essentially just like helping with like ideas, with like organizing certain shoots, like modeling films, kind of just a brand coordinator, I guess.
Yeah, man.
Just I fuck with my man Yaze. It's a lot of love between us. He helped me with the Operation Unicorn. He supplied me and the man then with garms and even this with the merch and that. Like bro, that's literally my dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Go and check the merch, man. It's actually cool. Check the merch, like not the literal merch, but like his clothes and the whole site, man. Darani.xyz, I believe it is on Google. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Shit.
because you were wearing that in your most recent video, if I'm not mistaken. It was
Yeah,
the
wild thoughts. This is literally the merch, man.
oh,
Yeah,
swear.
it wasn't even planned. That's just what I grabbed, and I was like, oh shit.
Just happened to be repping in the video, man. Fair enough, fair enough. I have to respect it.
I'm
Um,
always wearing it like, on the regs anyway, outside. So
yeah, man.
yeah,
It's just that comfortable that you have to wear it all the time. It's one of those ones.
yeah, man. I'm telling you. And some of the shit he's got lined up to come, ridiculous. Like we're stepping up the gears with what we're doing over there. So, just keeping my wits about me and just working with my broski because I really appreciate him and the brand and everything about it. So yeah, man. You wanna look fly? Go cop you some Darani.
Darani, I feel that it is a hard logo to be fair. I mess with it, honestly. So scrolling through your Spotify, your list of collaborations over your career so far is pretty extensive. Most of whom are stylistically similar in genre to yourself. I want to know if there's anyone you'd say you'd be interested in collaborating with who is in a completely different genre to yourself.
Alex Turner from the
Arctic
Arctic
Monkeys, yeah.
Bro, favorite band. And the nigga is a genius. He's a genius, man. Do you know who I would actually like to work with?
You say like Katy Perry or something like that.
No. Bro, I have the face in my head, but I can't remember the name.
What songs do they have?
It's called You and Donald Byrd and like some random band. It's this song from GTA, right? It's called You and the Music. It's absolutely crazy. It's like some like I don't know, like super jazz. And then maybe as well, I would like to work with a singer, but someone with crazy vocals, like Caliuchis, maybe.
Yeah.
She's crazy. I Wish You Flowers is nuts. That's what we're called. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really thought about crossing over genres too tough. Just because I feel like I'm so trying to develop the crash thing. It's kind of, it's not on the cards yet. It will come just when it comes type thing.
Yeah. It's interesting you mentioned Alex Turner actually, because he is, out of all of the people you mentioned, he is probably the one with the greatest span of range out of all of those people. So I'm curious as to which
That nigga's a
era we're
rapper.
talking about here.
That nigga's a rapper, man. Like, I
Chill.
swear down. If you listen, he used to chill with like. I remember when I was younger, like I was bare into them. I used to just Google Arctic Monkey videos and just watch what they was doing, bro. These
Bro,
niggas used to go like pies with Dizzy Rascal and shit, like chilling in America with Tiny Tempo and with all kind of rappers and that. Like, bro, he met Kanye. Like, bro, this guy's like.
he's hard, to be fair. And to be fair, they do have some of the most live sets out of all of the bands that I've seen. Like Glastonbury.
He shut down Red Infest easy. He shut down Red Infest easy.
But the thing is, they're old now, and like nowadays, when I see their sets and all of that, I'll be like, "Hey, well, I wonder what Arctic Monkeys are up to nowadays." It's just this guy Alex, just like on a synthesizer or something.
Yeah,
just...
the sound's changed, but I do like the new sound. Like, I do like it. It's not like an everyday kind of vibe, but it is one that, like, bro, that can send me to some places. Like, if I was on some Sykes, yo, I'm up on that, fam. Yeah, I'll be just listening to that, like, just grooving. But like, I would love to work with him on the music that I'm making now, because I imagine something like Operation Unicorn or Fubu, but like just with the rock influence really heavy, like exec produced by like a project exec produced by Alex Turner. Nah, that'd be insane. That'd be
exactly.
insane.
That would be crazy, yeah, because honestly, like even in some of Carti's recent, for the past like couple of years, he's literally had someone with an electric guitar just on the stage with him, just going, just shredding.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You see that recent performance? It's like rockstar. That's all he says. Like for the whole hook was like, this nigga is crazy.
It was insane. Honestly, what did you think of it? Because I loved it. Honestly, with the two people coming out.
I think it's hard because it's one thing that a lot of people underestimate in music, right, and overlook is the art of simplicity. Like, it's so hard to do something simple but special. Like, it's so hard. Like, my man saying one word, but it's not just like the word. It's like, I'm gonna sound like one of those classic Carti people, like, "Oh, you don't get it, man. You don't get." Nah, but for real, like, you don't. It's like, how can a nigga say one word, like, embody this whole like punk rock kind of persona and thing? The nigga's from Atlanta, right? Yeah, saying one word for like most of the song, and the whole place is up in arms. They never heard the song before. The nigga made it 5 minutes before. It's not that the song itself is some crazy technical genius because of the lyrics and that. Nah, but bro, if you look at the impact, some songs are just made to be done live. That is one. That is crazy, man. You can't tell me that shit ain't hard.
Honestly, it is hard, yeah. And the thing is, he just be screaming as well. Like, that's all he does. He just screams and just...
He didn't even talk. He was just like, ah! Yeah! He did ad-libs and things. It's too funny.
It's the funniest thing. It's so sick. Literally, he just goes on the stage, just a long-ass do-rag, and just be screaming, man. It's the funny. It's sick.
Carti is a legend. He's a legend, man. I can't lie. Big up Carti, man.
I will say it's interesting you mentioned Atlanta, because when I think about it, Atlanta is definitely one of those places that it's probably the best place in America, maybe even, I don't know, globally, but yeah, definitely in America for bringing about new ideas. When you look at people from there, like Thug, is Yachty from Atlanta? He is, isn't he? Yeah, people like Yachty, Young Thug, Childish Gambino, even, they're amazing people with versatility. Like, this guy Thug just dropped a country album just for no reason, and it slapped.
It's like Yachty dropped a psychedelic rock album just to prove a point. Like, bro, niggas in Atlanta are on some real other shit. Like, you can't tell me that isn't like the most talented city in America.
Honestly, man, I have to respect it for real. Cool. I want to talk a little bit about your album art, or rather music art
Yeah.
designing over the past. You've produced artwork for numerous artists on many occasions. I want to talk a little bit about perhaps your most I suppose notable arts designing that I've seen anyways, designing for Sus House member Jelly. I want to
You
talk a little
crazy.
bit about that. How did you how did you get in touch with
You know
Jelly?
your research, you crazy.
Listen, it's the least I could do, man. Honestly, it's the least I could
That's
do.
it, man. Um, how did that actually happen? I don't really fucking know. This kind of did. No, nah, basically, like I went through a phase like I was bare into Sauce House. Like obviously I still like them. I still listen to their music. Um, you know, but I was just bare into like what they was doing. And like I was proper like watching all their live streams and shit. It was lockdown, obviously. And then like I was listening to their music and then like to Jelly's music, but I wasn't following him yet at the time.
Yeah.
And I went and followed him, and like I saw he like did a live stream, and I was like, okay, cool. So like I went on his live stream and was like just watching for a minute, and he was just talking about his music and whatever. And I was like, this is he's just talking. So I've come off in it and I've gone through his page to like actually look. Then I see the first post was like, like sending. He was like, these are the artworks I've been sent in already. Send me your artwork if you want to join this competition or some shit like that. Which is what he was talking about on the live, but I wasn't paying attention. So then I was just like, oh shit, he swear. So I didn't comment my art page. Instead, I just fucking like DM'd him and was like, yo, like, I fuck with your music, like if you need artwork, shout me. He was like, yeah, I do. And I was like, okay, say nothing, what do you need? And then boom, just from there, we've been cool. And then I got blessed enough to be shouted to Pierre's show. Shout out Sheshi, he patterned that. My nigga. Yeah, but he brought me through to Pierre's show,
Yeah.
where obviously Jelly and
It was
Shark and
it was a sick show, I'm not gonna lie, yeah.
Jose, crazy. It was like I finally met them niggas. It was like it was weird. But like it was kind of like, yo, nice to finally meet you type shit.
Yeah.
Like I went like when I went up to Jelly, I was like, yo, what you saying? Like, I'm Pabs. He's like, man, I know who you is. I was like, run, that's Jelly. I was like, yo, this nigga really know. That was it. Sometimes you don't know, like, you know, you feel like, they're not gonna know who I am, or whatever. He's like, yeah, you know who I am and shit. But yeah. So yeah, that's how it happened, and like, you know, we've just been cool. Like I haven't done no more work for him, but
yeah, man.
like I'm not really promoting the artwork side of things too much, but I do artwork. So if niggas need something, shout, man.
I feel
come
that,
help
man.
black business.
Yeah, respect for that. And honestly, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the show was hard. It was he has a bit of an awkward. Like, what's he like in real life? Actually, I want to know because honestly, at the show,
I didn't meet Pierre.
Oh, really?
I didn't meet Pierre. I met Jelly. I met Jelly, Shark, and Fraser, but I didn't meet Pierre himself. Because Pierre was like way backstage and all of that, obviously. So I was saying like he was with his people.
Yeah,
I met
man.
Jelly and Shark and that. Like,
yeah,
I don't know these niggas like that. Like before niggas come here thinking I'm claiming, nah, I don't know them like that. But just because I've obviously worked with Jelly and thing, like, you know.
Yeah, man. I feel that the show was hard though, honestly. Like
it was a good show, man. No, Jelly and that are bare blessed, like good peoples. And like, I don't know. From what I've been told, Pierre's like just mad cool. Just mad cool.
Yeah,
some
man.
of my people, so you know, I was able to film and stuff. So
yeah, man. Honestly, the videos I be seeing of Pierre though, it seems like he hates not that he hates his fans, but that his fans just be taking stuff too far. Because I'll be seeing people jumping on stage, people doing all sorts.
Oh yeah, they do. They do, man. But I feel like all of the American artists fans are like that. Like it's weird over there. Like their fans really be like going to the craziest extents. Like I see they jump on stage.
That's so true. Now that you mentioned that, because you would never see that happen to like someone like Skepta or Lancey or someone like that.
Don't happen here. It's crazy.
I promise you. And the thing is, people be cheering the people on when they get onto the stage as well. But if that happened here, everyone would freeze and probably just.
Like you see Steve Lacy's tour, niggas are throwing phones on that. That's crazy.
That's crazy,
like,
man.
You see the phone thing. I firstly don't like. I've seen some niggas dash it from like a decent ways onto the stage. Firstly, your phone's gonna break. Are you an idiot?
Exactly.
Secondly, if you're gonna throw it, at least be in the very front, because then you can kind of just jazz it. You don't have to like dash it and that. Like, because when you're dashing it, if that licks an artist in the face and they drop, like they like jazz it, they knock out. What then? You ruin everyone's the picture.
Imagine you're doing a show and you just see like a flash of like white of someone's screen on max brightness or whatever, and then you just wake up in a hospital bed. What are you doing?
I'm going to jail. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to jail.
I promise I'm becoming Batman or whoever the hell, because that's a crazy violation. That
hunting down the culprit, fam.
I promise you,
I'll come like Judge Dredd.
I promise you, man. Honestly, it's crazy. I want to talk a little bit about Fidel Crashtro. In your Instagram bio, who is that? Is that an alter ego? Talk to me about that a little bit.
Fidel Crashtro is the leader of the revolution that will bring the people, to their senses. But not like in a political way, in a sense of like within themselves, to just free up yourself and just live life and just, be inspired. Go, you only have one shot, so take it. Rise up against whatever it is that's holding you back, and seize the day, carpe diem. So yeah, he's my alter ego. He's the super villain. He's the nigga that they don't want to see win, but when he wins, they realize he needs to win. He needed to win. You know what I'm saying? Like,
very much.
He's like a Magneto. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see in Marvel, like, when Magneto, like, I can't remember if it was like an alternate universe or if this was like just like in a different like a multiverse or something. There's a place like a in the X-Men comics. There's a country that Magneto runs called Genoa, and it's like a mutant safe haven, and like everyone's blessed, and he runs it and thing. I think that might actually be a part of the House of M storyline where Jazzy, the Scarlet Witch, changed the landscape or some shit like that. But yeah, Jazzy and Deeps it. He was the villain. Everyone was trying to get onto Magneto from Wade, but now that he's Jazzy got what he wanted and completed his mission, they're living in peace and harmony. Like his people living in peace and harmony. Like that's really Fidel Crastro. That's Jazzy.
Sometimes the villain really does make sense sometimes, honestly. You just be like, I don't know.
Villain doesn't mean you're evil. You can be a good person and still be a villain.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about an anti-hero. Like, Deadpool's an anti-hero. But like, Magneto is a villain, but like a good villain. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not like evil. He's not doing it because like he wants to take over the world. Nah, but he don't trust humans. He's had enough. And he says, fuck that. I'm trying to look after my people because you niggas is trying to look after your people. So fuck, I got to do the same. I hear it. Can't lie.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Magneto is definitely, he is to mutants what. Now, people are probably gonna get on me about this, but I do feel like Magneto is to mutants what like all of the civil rights people. Exactly. You said it, not me.
No, bro, it's true. But he was based off Malcolm X though. Like, you get it? It's like, bro, he's the nigga they didn't want to see win, but he had to. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's Fidel Crastro. He's like the rap scene's version of Magneto.
I feel honestly that's hard. That's actually hard, man, for real. I want to talk a little bit about I suppose going into a little bit about the future of Pablomari. So you've been making music for pretty much 10 years now, if we count, playing guitar in year 8, and your entire Spotify catalog can essentially be described as singles with a couple of clusters of tracks collected together here and there. What would you say the biggest factors are preventing you or not preventing you, but for lack of a better word, preventing you from getting into album mode at this point in time?
Albums specifically is like, I don't see myself as ready for that point yet. But in terms of projects like an actual tape or bodies of work, I just felt like, in all honesty, I felt like the love weren't there, man. You know, as I felt like if I drop a tape, it's not really gonna get attention, or not like just attention, but like, you know, like I feel like it's just gonna, I'm gonna expend all that energy just for it to not be received. But like I've grown since them years. Like that, I must have been thinking like that in like 2019, 2020. And like for the last 3 years, I've just kind of 3, 4 years, I've just kind of had a lot of shit happen, you know, grown a lot. And like I'm still young, but I'm at a stage where it's like cool, like I've actually got some legs in this game. Like whether people realize or not, like, you know, I've got a lot of XP. My XP is up. So yeah, so I feel like I've just had to rejig my thought process and shit, and it's just led me to a point where like now, you know, I say that's not gonna be a problem, because one, I am feeling the love, and two, like I realize regardless of even if I'm not, and on the days where I'm not feeling the love, like bro, fuck it. I don't give a fuck about no one. Like I really have like, in other words, I think like I started smoking weed and just I just opened my mind and realized, you know what? This life thing, it's about me. Obviously, like you gotta look out for others as well, but it's about yourself, like, you know, give a fuck what anyone else wants. So like just do your thing. I really fell in love with music again. Like it's like, I'm not just trying to be like, oh, weed, but it's true. Like I feel like when I started smoking, like, and especially with the people I was around at the time, like smoking and rapping with niggas and like recording all in that same environment, it helped me like find a new love for music, you know, and like the creation of music and how I do it. But that was then, and right now I'm at a critical juncture where like I'm kind of evolving into the next stage. But I don't know how we got here, but yeah. Essentially albums not yet, because that's jazzy. I gotta be proper established before you get that first album. Like I feel like an album is, you gotta earn the right to make an album. You know, you can't just, you know, like enough artists will like just blow some and make an album. Not that it's a problem. Like if you do it good and you execute, then cool. Some people do albums early, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But for me personally, like I feel like I have to earn that shit, you know? I have to go through the hard work and the steps first. Like, because even if let's say tomorrow I blew up and I have a million monthlies and I'm getting millions of streams regular, I'm still gonna take like at least a good couple years before I drop that first album. You know, like you might get tapes and shit, but yeah, there's tapes on the way. So just stay locked, really. Like
Fairs, man.
no
I feel
albums,
that.
but tapes definitely.
It's a lot of stuff in the vault right now, then, is it?
Yeah, man. Bro, I want to drop like a greatest hits, like a Pablo greatest hits of like bare old shit that I'm never gonna drop. Like just put it on SoundCloud. Cause like it's funny because I said I saw something on Insta earlier today, and it was like just one of the motivational posts, and they were like, be the artist that you wanted to see when you was a listener type thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just thinking, bro, some of these artists, you see when they have their leaks or their snippets and that, and then years pass and they never drop it, they should just do like a greatest hits and drop all of them. Like, I remember Chance the Rapper did that one time on like his Christmas album or some shit. Or like he had like an OG tape that just, he dropped bare old stuff on it. Someone else did that as well. Someone else is big. Drake did that
Drake, yeah, with Care Package, was it?
Care Package, and also the one with Pain 1993 on it. Can't remember what that's called. But that one there, they were all like not leaked, but dropped, so he wasn't gonna drop like properly. Just put out a tape. Like I'm trying to do some shit like that. I've got bare music that's just in the locker. So, but the main stuff will be coming out. You just have to pay attention.
Yeah, man. I feel that. I feel that.
You don't want to stick with everyone swimming.
Yeah, man. I do have one more question before I let you go on your way, Pablo.
Okay.
and I ask this to everyone, literally everyone. You are heard by everyone on earth for 10 seconds. What do you say?
Boy. Have fun. Actually, no, I'd say don't forget to have fun. Don't forget to have fun. Whatever it is you do, don't forget to have fun. Because at the end of the day, it's night and you gotta go to sleep. So, enjoy it while it lasts.
That's crazy. that caught me by surprise, man. Did you see?
That's about. Watch niggas are gonna start saying that. If anyone starts saying that, it was Jazzy.
Yeah, honestly, I can imagine Skepta or someone like that saying that. You know what I mean? Like,
I need to write that down. That's a bar. I'm gonna put it on my draft.
Copyright that or something, man. At the end of the day, it's night. That's crazy.
True.
It's facts,
true,
man.
Facts.
Cool. Do you know what? I think that's a good place to end off this episode. Listeners, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Make sure you guys all go check out Pablomari's most recent track on all platforms. Wild for how do you pronounce that? Is it for RTZ? Wild Thoughts, all platforms. You know the vibes. Pablo, do you have anything you'd like to say? Anything you'd like to
yeah. Shout out Ish for having man on the pod. Interview pod.
A bit of both.
Having me on the show, for having me on the channel. Shout out you man for watching. Follow me on everything at Pabs Not Mally, PABZNOTMALLY on Insta, Twitter, TikTok. Like I said, just more good shit to come. Like, I don't want to toot my horn too much, but shit, I'm about to be the next best thing since sliced bread, so might as well tap in. Yeah.
100%, man. Guys, be early on the Pabs Not Mally train. Come on, you know the vibes. And make sure you guys exactly.
Shout out Redding.
Shout out Redding, man. Make sure you guys all like, subscribe. Please tell the people to subscribe. Maybe they'll listen to you. Talk to them.
Yeah, subscribe. Listen, if you don't subscribe to the show, you're a dickhead in life. You know what I'm saying? You're a dickhead in life. You have to subscribe, broski. You know what I'm saying? Go see that button there? Look down. Yeah, that's the like button. Go tap that. Then next to it, put the bell icon on. Yeah, and next to that, subscribe. And we're all good. Then you can listen to Pablo. Then you're ready to listen to Pablo. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. You heard the guy. You heard the guy. Listeners, you heard the guy. Do what he says.
I don't make the rules. I'm just enforcing them.
Listeners, thank you for listening. Watchers, thank you for watching. Make sure you guys will go check out Pablomari on all platforms. And keep it real. And I will see you later, alligators.